I'm Lori Kelleher, and this is the Redhead Rides. Thank you so much for joining in today. We have a 3-time world champion and one of my good friends, Doug Chandler, here today.
All through my years of racing, and that goes back to 1972, you know, growing up with other kids racing, there was some really fast kids, you know, but through the years, I think it just wears down on you. You know, you get burnt out, want to do something else, move on, do something else. And that's kind of where I feel I'm a little hesitant on starting kids so early, given the fact that if you have them do something repetitive for so long, they tend to lose interest and desire and the drive. And to me, if they do that and it's more the parents pushing them, then you're more prone to them possibly getting hurt because they're not fully focused or keeping 100% of their attention on what they need to be doing. You know, they're kind of doing it to appease mom and dad, which is not good.
Yeah.
You know, again, going back to where I didn't think I was an exceptional rider, you know, I kind of was looking at ways to better myself or better the motorcycle to be able to beat those guys. And I really focused on understanding what the bike was doing underneath me, you know, trying to get it to work, run better, get the gearing, you know, spot on, suspension just right to where the tires lasted the whole race, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, which you have an immense knowledge, and not only of the motorcycles and how they run and how to build race bikes, but your consistency. You're known for being really smooth when you race. You very much like Valentino Rossi, like you never crash.
You're gonna crash.
Yeah,
I've done my fair share, that's for sure. But I think it's gonna happen to everybody at that level. I mean, that's the only way you really find your limits is to keep pushing. And if you're good, you can kind of catch it and, you know, not always end up on the ground. You know, Mark Marquez is a good example of that. You know, I mean, he's done some spectacular saves. You know, but that's what you got to do. You got to take it to that level, and you know, if you do put it on the ground, so be it. You know, hopefully you just dust yourself off and get back on the other bike. But if you can save it, that's even better. So you kind of got to know the racetrack, how much room you have in the corners. If it's an open, big grassy field, you can just, you know, try to ride it out, but you're going to come to a point to where you're going to run out of, you know, real estate, you know, be it a fence or a barrier. And at that point, it's either get off of it or lay it down. And that's one of the things I think, I know I sure did it. And that was to know, you know, how much room I had off the racetrack. You know, to see, you're always kind of drawing a line, well, I'm going to try to save it till this point, and then from that point on, it's, you know, get off. When I took out Yanagawa at Laguna Seca going up into the corkscrew, I knew there was nothing over the other side of that hill, so the minute, you know, the bar came off in my hand, it was like I wanted off that thing.
So tell our viewers what happened, because they may not know.
Yeah, the highest top speed out the bunk on the straight line, followed by a good way from Mr. Cathy. I noticed that quarter was... Oh,
that's a big get off there. He came to the brakes. That is a nasty crash.
Oh, he's taken Yanagawa out as well. That is a very, very unpleasant crash.
Indeed. I think Akira Yanagawa got away with that quite nicely. He got untangled for the bike.
They must be all out.
It looked like it happened really fast, but you know, in my reaction time, it was kind of slow-mo. And that was the old entrance up into the corkscrew, so we had a pretty good dip. And the bikes tended to kind of lift or, you know, wheelie. And about the time they would do that over that first rise was, you know, your braking mark. So you start touching the brake and set that front wheel down. And I was just set the front wheel down, touched the brake, and my whole right arm just kind of, you know, I was unsupported. I fell forward, and by then, you know, then I'm a wiggle. I didn't even want to look. I knew what happened. You know, it was either the clip-on spun or it broke off in my hand. So I kind of squeezed the brake what I could, steering with the left.
How fast do you think you were going? You're just coming into the braking markers.
130, 135, somewhere around there.
And your handlebar brakes. For those who don't know what a clip-on is, it's your handlebar.
And I knew there was nothing over the other side, so my whole focus was to try to slow it down as much as I could, and, you know, knowing where I wanted to try to get off the bike at. So I kind of used a little bit of rear brake, you know, but I kind of actually used the rear brake to try to get the thing to throw me off. You know,
Okay.
So I got it to rotate, and about the time I thought it was
Almost
gonna,
to high side?
Yes.
Okay.
About the time I thought it was going to throw me off, I tried to get off of it, and it flicked me, but it flicked more underneath me, and then
Okay.
it just threw me on the ground, and I'm still sliding, and as I'm spinning, I can see Yanagawa tipping it into the corner, and it was like you're trying to hurry him along because it's like go 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 go.
Like, I don't want to take you out
Yeah.
too. Oh.
I think I took out the rear of his bike
Yeah.
with the inside of my left knee or right knee. I ended up having 5 stitches from his rear stand because it cut through my leathers and, you know, into my knee. But you know, I was pretty fortunate for just having that happen. I mean,
Yeah.
it clocked him. You know, he didn't know what hit him. You know, my body taking his bike out from underneath him and crashing into.
It took him out
Gravel.
from behind.
Yeah.
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 That's one of those you
not a
wake
better-
up going, what happened? Where am I?
Yeah, not a better moment.
No.
That was not good. But yeah, in racing, anything can happen. You know, and it's again, I think having a plan.